stuck here. The cops won't bother me. I am on my way to DC. I'm gonna go to a museum called the Hirshhorn. I mean, the one good thing about scooters is going between cars. It's so easy to do, but you have to be careful. Once you get to this part of the city, it's very easy to ride because they're so, like, the speed limit is 30 miles an hour, so, and there's so much police that they patrol this constantly. It's this one. Look at that steering wheel. You guys see that? Oh my goodness. Tacky. So tacky. Oh man. How the hell does she steer that? It's like she's got an animal on her steering wheel. Jesus Christ. Alright, 30 miles an hour. I actually have to slow down here because it has a speed camera. This is properly DC, Northwest DC. And look at this house on the right here. The house on the right actually is completely fenced off here. You can't even see it. So these are rich people. This is where a lot of people come and work. Everybody's got a housemaid. To me, like, it seems like it's a nouveau riche thing to have a maid. But even some of my friends that are not that rich have housekeepers. I can't understand that. But it's a new thing. I think they want to tell everybody else that they have a maid. Oh, my maid Rosa comes in on Tuesday. It's something to talk about, so they can all, you know, like how guys talk about how expensive their cars are and how cool their cars are and what they bought for their cars. Women do that, except with housekeepers and people to mow their lawns and stuff like that. I think that's their way of status symbols. You just don't hear women talking about that very often. I think I'm gonna go this way. So this is a lot of people parking out here so they don't pay for parking, so they can go to the National Zoo. So if you kind of have to be a little bit smarter if you don't have to pay for parking. There's always like 2-hour parking, 3-hour parking around this area, but we are kind of like downtown. All right. That's the problem with DC, lots of dumb people around. I can choose to go over to the DuPont Circle, which is up above this bridge. It's kind of pretty. So DuPont is known for the highest population of gay people in the DC area, or at least it was known for that. But now it's a little bit more spread out, and we are underneath DuPont right now. I remember a while ago there was an accident with an embassy, like a Brazilian, no, it was like some diplomat from Saudi Arabia that was riding through this tunnel at high rates of speed, and he killed this woman. He killed a Brazilian girl, and he got away with it, of course, because he's, you know, a diplomat. Now this is the business district of DC, so we're no longer in like a residential sort of area with the restaurants. There's still restaurants, but this area is very quiet on the weekend because it's mostly like government businesses, and on the weekends when it closes there's not much to do here. People still come here. There's like a lot of restaurants and stuff, but it's not as popular as DuPont Circle right up the street. And of course you can squeeze by really easy with your bike here. In this particular part of DC, you don't really need a lot of speed to get around. It's very easy to navigate through here. I don't even need like, and this particular section is actually kind of wide, so you can get around easy. I believe there's like the Washington Post is around here to the left, I believe. I like to stop a little bit further. Oh, That girl's got like a leather mini skirt and fuck me boots. That's funny. She's clearly in the wrong part of town. Look at it. Wrong part of town. She's wearing like a whore's uniform here. That's silly. And this is a new building here, the glass one. I don't even know what that is, but this is like the executive building, I believe. And to the left here, where there's like all this fog and stuff, that is actually the White House. And it used to be you could drive right next to the White House, but not anymore. Nowadays it's a little bit different. There's a lot more protection here. You see the police over there? That's the White House. This is a museum. That's the Renwick Gallery. Really good place. But it used to be you could actually drive right into this, which is, I believe, Pennsylvania Avenue or K Street. Oh yeah, Pennsylvania Avenue. And the rooftops, there's like some snipers. And if you run around quite often, if I keep doing circles around here, you'll get pulled over. They're monitoring you here. So this is I forgot what this is, the executive building. And to the right, this building, it's another museum. It's the Corcoran School of Art, which is now part of, I think, the George Washington University, this one. So this is the Ellipse over here. That's the Washington Post, or the Washington Monument. But I don't even know if this is called the Corcoran anymore. I think it is. But that's the White House over there. And this is the Ellipse. It's a big round thing, but it's only for parking of government employees. It used to be you could park there. Not anymore. There's locals don't really come here too much. They like to hang out like in the outskirts. And this entire area is just bustling with tourism. Every single day there's like so much happening here. But they have, the great thing about DC is that they have free shows everywhere. And if you keep track of events, a lot of embassies have shows and exhibits and performances. And it's easy to kind of get lost in DC because there is quite a bit of stuff to do. So this is one benefit of a little scooter, is that you can go in between these cars, but you have to keep in mind that there's people that they can kind of burst out in between cars. Always cover your brakes when you're doing this. There's the Washington Monument as well. Idiot. There's all sorts of sporting events that happen here in the Washington Monument grounds. A friend of mine used to do what? Dodgeball or kickball or some idiotic sport like that. Oh, here's the World War II Memorial. The Lincoln Memorial is up the road as well. There's the Washington, or the World War II Memorial. It's a really cool area. You see they have like marches and stuff here. But you have to be careful because people around here, and I know this area, so I've been here several years, and like I commuted like every single day while I was working in many motorcycles, so I know this area fairly well. But even then, it surprises me how stupid people are. But a lot of it has to do with tourists that don't know the area. They cut you off and things like that. You're gonna get the cherry blossoms popping up, and this whole area is quite pretty. This whole area is quite pretty because everybody comes here and takes photos of the cherry blossoms. The entire thing is just completely full of flowers. I really need a right mirror because you need a right mirror for dealing with traffic. You need to be on your six. You have to pay attention to everything. It's a lot harder. The building to the right is the Bureau of Engraving. This is where they make the money. And if you're going a little bit further past that way, that would be the Holocaust Museum. Kind of a boner of a museum because it's very depressing. All of this to the left is the National Mall. We're actually going to go there now. And now I can kind of hang out a little bit in the left lane because people are not going to be going that fast. The one I am going to today, this one, the round one, looks like a starship, and the one that's under construction is the Air and Space Museum, which that's where I used to work at one point. So this is the Air and Space. Man, there's a lot of construction happening here. Kind of goofy. And the Air and Space is just so dirty. What the hell? No wonder they're fixing it. Oh, it looks disgusting. When I was here, it didn't look like that. Here, this is the National Native American Museum. It's not that good. They don't really have great exhibits, and you can tell it's not that good because it's always empty. The Capitol building, that's where all the senators and all those big dicks are. Come on, Mercedes, what the fuck are you doing? Alright, so here's the other part of the National Mall, and this is the National Gallery, the modern wing. It's all angular. Another wing of the National Gallery. There's a tunnel that connects both wings underground, and it's kind of cool. And look at all the food trucks. That's a lot of food trucks. I actually like the idea of the food truck because I don't like to go to restaurants too much, having to pretend you want to give a tip. Yeah, nah, it's better. Food trucks are better. Kind of stuck here. The cops won't bother me.